the meantime, we're going to make some Monterey Jack Mornay sauce. And to do that, don't show the sink, honey, it's messy.
Yeah, we just cooked it.
Yeah, yes, we did. All right, so let me grab a pot so that I can make the Mornay. We're going to melt some butter. And I'm going to melt a half a stick. Let me grab what I had already opened. You want to move over that way, that's fine. And I need just a little bit more than that. Really? Really? All right, there we go. We're going to have an equal amount of flour that we need, so let me grab my flour because I didn't come to the party prepared. Hang on just a second. What this starts out as is a basic white sauce, which is also known as a bechamel. Let's get this melting. And we'll need a whisk. And we'll need some nutmeg. And that'll do. We'll put a little garlic and onion powder in there as well. We'll probably put a little bit of more Parmesan cheese in there also. So, we melt this down. And we're going to need milk. Let me get the milk. So if you do a half a stick of butter, which is 1/4 cup, you're going to need 1/4 cup of flour, equal parts. And you're also going to need 2 cups of milk. Or you can do a cup of milk and a cup of cream, or you can do all half and half, whichever is your preference. I'm not going to make it that heavy tonight because we've got cheese going on, so it's already going to be rich enough. So let me go and I'll be right back when this is all melted and ready to go, because it's pointless for me to sit down here and watch you let you watch butter melt. So we'll be right back. Okay, our butter has melted and it's sizzling. And there goes approximately 1/4 cup of flour. And that's, can you see the consistency there? It's not like stiff, but it kind of looks like, I'm trying to think of what it would, it kind of looks like a thick pancake batter. You want to cook your roux always. You want to get the raw flour taste out of it, otherwise it won't taste right. And you want to keep it moving. When the bubbles start to get a little bit big and you smell a nutty aroma, then you'll know it's time to add the milk. We're almost there. And there it is. We're going to add approximately 2 cups of milk. And that's a piece of parsley, so do not despair. And now we're just going to whisk and stir until it becomes thick. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and add my seasonings. I'm going to put in about 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder again, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder again, and a generous amount of nutmeg. Don't say it. You always want to put a bit of nutmeg in a cream sauce. It brings out the flavor. And it's you're gonna just continue stirring it, and it's gonna thicken in just a little bit. See? Whoopsie.
thought this one up in your head?
Did I think this recipe up in my head? No, my mom used to make this when I was growing up. Something very similar to it, and I thought about what I had on hand that I could make easily on a busy Monday night, and this was it. And the fact that I've been wanting to have fish, and this is what popped into my head because I wanted to use that spinach, and sometimes that's the best way to come up with a recipe is to think about what you have on hand and what you can do with it and reach back to some memories of what you used to like
And what you need to use up.
and what you need to use up. And then you can come up with some really great things, and they'll become family favorites, I can guarantee you. Now I can tell this is starting to thicken, it's starting to change its composition. The color is starting to change ever so slightly, and the consistency is also starting to change because it's starting to thicken. But you want to keep it moving because you don't want the bottom to scorch. And it shouldn't be much longer now. I like to keep you on camera for this type of thing because then you'll see exactly how long it should be taking you when you make this at your house. Because, you know, I have a lot of people who send me private messages and such and tell me that they're just learning how to cook, or for whatever situation, they never really learned how when they were growing up. And, you know, everybody's walking a different path. The one thing that is a constant is we all need to eat. The one thing that I think that I try to impart is that you shouldn't be eating out all the time because cooking is far too simple, and feeding yourself is not that difficult that you can't do it without going to the drive-thru every night.
And I'm sure the car should be doing fast food every night.
That's right. And you certainly, if you have children, the best start that you can give them is to sit down every night and have dinner with them. It doesn't matter if it's a pot of boiled pasta and, you know, a jar sauce. It's dinner. You can put that together with a salad and a loaf of bread. You know, what I'm saying is, it's not that hard. And everybody has the ability to feed themselves easily and quickly without spending a lot of money. And I think that to me is the most important thing of all. It is starting to thicken. It's almost there. It's going to start to bubble here in just a moment. I'm going to grab a wooden spoon so you can see we're reaching. You can tell that. Look at it's getting very silky.
Yes, silky.
And we've nearly reached what the French would call a nappe, which is the back of the spoon is coated, and if I were to run my finger through it, it holds that little channel there. It doesn't close up. And it's begun to rain here.
Yes, it was going to.
A little bit of thunder. All right. So now what I have over here off to the side is about 2 cups of Monterey Jack cheese. And we're going to just go ahead and we're going to throw it all in there. Cheese sauce, right, honey? There we go. Now I still have the heat on, and we're just going to continue to stir this until that cheese melts in there and becomes fully incorporated. You don't want it to, you know, pull a string when you just want it to be smooth and creamy. If it begins to become a little bit too thick for you, go ahead and whisk in a little bit more milk until it reaches your desired consistency. Because when you get the cheese in there, it's really going to become thick. And I'm going to turn the heat off. Is that your pull your nuts alarm?
Yep.
Do I know you or what, honey? Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit more milk.
Sometimes too well, I can't get away with anything.
I'm sorry. Just a little bit more milk. I'd like it to be a little bit lighter. So let's say about a half a cup. And get that whisked in there really well. That's probably just right. Let's get the spoon and have a look. There we go. You've made Mornay sauce. Mornay sauce is also the basis for Kentucky Hot Brown. It's the sauce that they put over top of that lovely turkey and bacon sandwich, and they pop it under the broiler, and it gets all souffled. The only difference with that particular Mornay would be the addition of a couple of egg yolks, which we are not adding tonight because we don't need the added fat, and really, it's not going to benefit us at all. So, all right, I'm going to go. I'm going to finish the rest of the meal, and when I come back, we're going to fix you a plate of Flounder Florentine roll-ups with Monterey Jack Mornay sauce.